Alright, what up guys? Authentically here on another beautiful winter day. So why is the world the way it is? Are we why are we so stuck societally in this, people call it matrix, people call it the hologram, the day-to-day grind, 9 to 5. We work our butts off, but we get nowhere. And in other parts of the world, it's worse than we can probably even imagine when it comes to, work situations in different ways, economies are run, and you know what I'm talking about, guys. Third world countries and stuff. Why is it the way it is? So the way I see it, without really getting into conspiracy and things of that nature, is we've forgotten who we are a long time ago. We forgot that we are essentially consciousness. We forgot that we are spirit. We forgot that we are the soul. We forgot that we are multi-dimensional beings that are all connected through the same source, the same universe, the same God, whatever you want to call it. We're all connected, and we've forgotten that we're living a human experience. We're here to experience the human experience. We're here to learn. We're here to grow, and we're here on that upward spiral back to remember who we are, which is, a part of source, essentially. And so I think, over time we've lost connection with nature. We stopped studying nature. We stopped using good energy sources. We stopped using medicine holistically. We've forgotten how to eat. I think that's one of the craziest concepts ever, is, you go down the rabbit hole of what should I be eating? And it's insane because no one can come to a consensus on what we should be eating. There's so many different diets. There's carnivore, there's, whole foods, fruitarian, vegetarian, the classic food pyramid that they used to do, low fat, high fat, you name it, everyone's doing it. We've lost connection with nature, which is a big part of it. You look at the way animals are and how they migrate, how they figure out where they are on the globe, how, if there's a forest or a jungle or something, and there's animals, multiple species clustered around, and how all animals are kind of connected in the sense where they could sense danger, they could sense there's predators, they can sense if there's natural disasters like earthquakes and stuff like that. It's they know way ahead of time, and they're cleared, but we've lost that connection with the earth. And I think if we got back to that, then things would be different. Certainly, I know a lot of you guys probably watching this have experienced grounding, getting your feet on the ground, using grounding products, and even just the effect it has on calming the body, on getting all that stagnant emotional energy out of the body, I think the study shows it's like less than milliseconds, something like super small fraction of time it takes for your negative ionization to enter your body and for your body to kind of open up, like your circulatory system, your your heart begins to be able to pump blood more efficiently. Yeah, we lost our connection to nature. You lost our connection to community, right? We've been divided to such a degree. Race versus race, gender versus gender, the political system, political ideologies, even the mundane, like Ford versus Chevy or GM or something like that. All right, sorry about that, guys. Had something come up with my kids. So yeah, like I was saying, we're being divided on so many fronts, so many aspects of our lives. We're put in survival mode through this almost system of artificial scarcity, where like I'm saying, we're all just trying to survive, right? But it's not working, right? Everyone's working so hard. Everyone is working so much more than what we used to. And I don't mean used to as like 1960s. I mean like medieval times when people worked like 140 days of the year or whatever kind of a thing. They had, I assume they had a lot less, but what would you rather have? Would you rather have freedom, or would you have all this stuff that doesn't make you happy too, right? And so how do we get back to a place of balance, a place of peace, a place of sovereignty, a place of love? I guess that's kind of the big question, isn't it? It's a very big question. Seems like it's very complicated, and I think in the different facets of it, it is, but when we look at it from a very holistic, broad view, I think it's really just a process of remembering that we are all connected. We are all a part of Source. If we all did spend more time in nature, if we all did slow down, then I think we would start to see some cohesion. We would be a lot more intentional with how we're using our time. We would, ultimately open ourselves up to that abundance that we're all looking for when we're working so hard like we have been, right? Because the way we're doing it now, we're not really allowing for the proper flow of energy. Like what you put out comes back in. And so with that, you need to fill your own cup, right? So slowing down, taking the time to rest, taking time to heal, being able to be vulnerable, finding a place where you can be vulnerable, where you can let things go and release, where you can start to find your authentic self again is so key. It's so key, right, guys? And then just changing our belief systems on what things should be. I'm not saying that, everything needs to be hippy-dippy or, we need to live without oil and this and that or whatever. I'm just saying that, we really need to look at where our intention's going, what we're spending our money on, how we're using our time, etc. And when we start to live with actual intention that comes through the heart, then things are going to fall into place for everyone. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Much love to you. Please like, please subscribe if you like the video. And yeah, much love to you. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.